You know, it took me 15 years to learn what I'm about to share with you in just a few short minutes. It's a simple framework that completely transformed my life and my work forever. I call it the rule of 300. I first stumbled upon this idea rubbing shoulders with some of the smartest, most successful billionaires you can imagine. And I've personally used this rule to sculpt my dream life. Everything from speaking on stages with legends like Tony Robbins to flying around in my own jet, and even mentoring hundreds of kids in my local community. So, without any more preamble, let's dive into the rule of 300. Starting with 100% clarity. The crazy thing I've realized is that most people can't actually articulate what they want. I hike with entrepreneurs every single week, and I'm constantly asking them about their dreams, their goals, and the truth is, most of them can't tell me what they want to create. They can't tell me what they want to achieve, what they want to buy, or even what they want their life to stand for. Now, compare that to someone like Sam on my team. He's crystal clear about what he wants to do, how he wants to show up, and what he wants to achieve. And what I've learned is that when people are clear about what they want, it literally opens the door for others to help them. That's why I felt incredibly privileged to support Sam in buying his dream car, his GT4. Think about it. How are you supposed to know what someone wants if they don't tell you? How is anyone supposed to help you if you don't tell them? Everyone knows Gary Vaynerchuk wants to buy the New York Jets. Why? Because he tells everybody. He has absolute clarity around it. Elon Musk wants to colonize Mars. He says it every single time he's in front of a microphone. Every time there's a camera on him. Our mission is, and you get a whole bunch of people doing that. I'm on a mission to build $1 billion software company. That is my mission. It's what I've always said. It's what I've always wanted to do. I just keep telling people, I tell my team, and when you activate it by being clear, other people can support you. We don't create our future, we attract it. See, most people think, I've got to do all this stuff to eventually get something. No, you have to become the person to attract those results into your life. So, how do you find this clarity? 1. Dream big. If I could go back and talk to my 20-year-old self, I'm telling you, I would just say, bigger, bigger, bigger. You dramatically underestimate what's possible when you focus and compound your efforts over 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 25 years. So start with a 1-year goal, but then build out the 5-year plan and even the 55-year plan. I literally have a business plan that extends 55 years into the future. The reason why? Because I know I'm going to wake up every day and continue to create. So make sure you're dreaming big. 2. Shop your dreams. I'm a huge fan of encouraging people to go stay in a dream house or rent a supercar if you can't afford to buy it. Go sit in the lobby at the Ritz-Carlton. Go shop your dreams. Get around the energy, the smell. Most people just don't allow themselves to actually touch their dream. And the truth is, that's the only way you're going to make it normal. You're going to create a sense of, this is normal for me. A few months ago, I was talking to one of my sales guys. His dream was to drive a Porsche. I said, dude, have you visited the Porsche dealership? Have you sat in your dream car? Have you even asked the sales guy to run the numbers to let you know what it would cost? He was like, no. I said, get in my car. So we drove to the dealership. Not only did he sit in it, I told the sales guy, send him the numbers. How much is the down payment? What's it going to cost per month? Why? Get familiar with it. When I decided to start flying private, I got familiar with it. I surrounded myself with people who did. I wanted to understand it. I wanted to figure out the numbers. I wanted to see what would need to be true for it to make sense in my life. Most people don't even allow themselves to shop their dreams. 3. Write them down. If you don't write it down, you won't remember it. If you don't write it down, you won't commit to it. If you don't write it down, you're not being specific enough. You are simply more likely to achieve goals that are written down. This is scientifically backed by all the research around goal setting. Write it down. I have a notes file on my phone. It's called 12 Power Goals. On that, I have my 12 goals. For the year, I review that 3 to 4 times a day. Why? I want to keep it front and center. Think about it for yourself. If you just review your dreams, your goals, every single day, especially the ones for the next 12 months, it will make it inevitable that you'll achieve them. Most people will never do it. Be the person that's willing to do the thing that nobody else is doing to achieve the goals. 4. Create a vision board. I'm a big fan of visualizing what you want to achieve. Why? Your brain doesn't think in words, it thinks in pictures. We have this thing called the reticular activating system, RAS. And when we give it a picture to scan the world for, it will literally ignore all other information and just find the thing that's going to help you achieve your goal. If you get clear on what you want to achieve, you will make success inevitable. Which brings us to 100% belief. This one is the hard part. Your beliefs either hold up your vision, but sometimes beliefs can actually hold you back from what you want to achieve. For example, 1. Limiting beliefs. These are beliefs about you, about your skills. Maybe you might think, I'm not smart enough, or I don't have the right network or connections, or it takes money to make money. All of these things are limiting beliefs about your possibility. Here's what's crazy about limiting beliefs. You'll never hold on to what you don't think you deserve. You will quickly get rid of it, even if you accidentally get it. 2. Negative beliefs. These are beliefs about the world, about how everybody else is. If you think the world is bad, you will always find bad. If you think the world is positive, you'll find positive. Most people talk trash about other people who are successful so that they don't have to become successful themselves. If I think that the person driving the supercar is in a hole, then why would I want to have a car like that? Because then everybody's going to think I'm in a hole. But the truth is, your negative belief around the world is causing you to play small. If you love people and you want to help them, the number one thing you can do is inspire them to dream bigger, and playing small never help anybody. 3. Positive beliefs. This means getting into the headspace where what you're trying to achieve is already familiar to you. Talk as if it's already happened. I remember watching a TikTok recently about Conor McGregor talking into a microphone about his achievements, and he pretty much said, if you can see it and you speak it, you can achieve it. I think he was talking to Ronaldo, the soccer player. He's asking about his jet. Have you got a jet yet? No. Yeah, I want to get a jet. We're talking about young Conor McGregor, who hadn't achieved anything yet. He saw it, he spoke it, and he said if you can do those things, you will achieve. C. Everything that's ever existed in the whole world, this desk, this microphone, this camera, was first seen in the mind of somebody from the past. Isn't that wild? Your whole life, your whole existence, is essentially living in the dreams of people from the past. Because nothing has ever been created or existed before somebody saw it in their mind. That is how it has always been. What I need you to do is believe that it's possible for you. Sure, it's going to take work. Sure, it's going to take effort. Sure, it's going to take resources. It may not happen overnight. In fact, it won't happen overnight. But I need you to believe that it's yours to have. You wouldn't have it on your heart. You wouldn't desire it if you couldn't achieve it. That I believe, if you can hold a belief true, you will make success inevitable. Which brings us to 100% of the time. C. When a plane takes off. Most people don't realize it, but most of the fuel required to fly from point A to point B over an hour is used in that first takeoff. That is momentum. If you don't believe 100% of the time, if you don't keep that clarity and that belief there, you're not going to build the momentum. The person that writes the business plan and then opens it up in 6 months to review it, that's not a winner. People who win in life not only hold the belief and have clarity, but they do that as frequently as possible. I think about somebody who's had a big weight loss journey. They have looked at their weight, thought about their meals, shared their preferences with their friends, talked about it nonstop. 100% of the time. They have a vision for what's possible. I'm losing the weight. I'm going to look like this. And they don't waver from it. Momentum isn't about perfect days. It's about showing up on imperfect ones. So, the rule of 300. How can you keep 100%? Clarity on your goals, 100% belief that you can achieve it 100% of the time, so you don't waver. The way I do it is a few key steps. 1. Design your environment. I want to default the design of my space, of my decisions, to be already made to win. Laying out my workout clothes so that I will work out in the morning. Making sure my peer group consists of people who are closer to my goals, not just closer to me. Making sure that I curate the space to win. That's number 1. 2. Manage your energy. See, we don't manage our time. Time comes and goes. You can't stop that. But can you manage your energy? Can somebody who's high energy and positive achieve more than somebody who's low energy and negative? Just think about that feeling. If I said, "Hey man, show me what a negative energy person looks like," you'd be like, head down, shoulders forward, low energy. Nobody wants to help that person. If I say, high energy, you go, ooh, all of a sudden. What you eat, your exercise, these are things that manage your energy, and it's going to help you get there faster. 3. Build your achievement list. When you feel down, when you feel defeated, when you feel like you've had a setback, or you're going into a big moment in your life, make a list of all the achievements you've ever accomplished that have allowed you to feel proud. Because I want you to remind yourself how great you are. See, you wouldn't be here if you didn't believe that. You were destined for greatness. I know the fact that you're hearing my voice right now tells me that you are going to do something awesome with your life. Because of that, I want you to make that list of things. Small things. For me, the first time I ever did a kickflip on a skateboard. Now I read that list, and it's like, oh, sold my first company at 28. That's crazy. And then did it again at 30, and then did it again at 32. It's wild. All these things that have happened. Bought my first jet. This is crazy. But I review these things to remind me of what I've accomplished. Because in those moments of doubt, reviewing that list will get me out of it. It doesn't matter how small it is. It's about the energy and remembering what you've accomplished in the past. The reason why this list works so well is because in those moments where you feel defeated, or you don't feel enough, or you've got to show up in a powerful way in a critical meeting, reviewing that list will remind you that you've already done the work. You've been there before, you've had those setbacks, and you've overcome them. And that is the energy that you need to remind yourself that the belief is there, that you've had the clarity before, and that you've done hard things, and that will change the game for you. The 300% rule will make your success inevitable. That's the process. We have to show up with clarity, belief, and consistency to make your goals a reality.